Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome back to our weekly broadcast, the Quantum Plasma Stream. This is Marissa Indigo with Divine DNA Blueprint Mystery School, and we are going to be talking about the quantum energetics, the various themes, some planetary star talk, and sharing what I am observing and what feels really relevant to support your journey of awakening, your journey of quantum consciousness and ascension at this time. We are going to be talking about the energies and themes this week from Tuesday, February 4th through Monday, February 10th. I apologize for the late broadcast this week. Here in Western Washington, we have had a wonderful snowstorm, which actually cut out power. So we are covering now these energetics from the 4th to the 10th. So let's jump in. There is a lot of deep themes here. I did write briefly for everyone just to let you all know yesterday, hey, the power is out, but we are really going deeply into a lot of the themes that I covered from last week. These deeper root chakra clearings of power and distortion and self-value, also looking at the distortions within the masculine and the feminine. This goes into ancestral clearing and a lot of sovereignty work, sovereignty and shadow work. We're continuing to go even more deeply, like the onion, lotus, artichoke process that we are in of self-discovery, of self-actualization, tunneling even more deeply into more pieces of our subconscious as well. And if you are familiar with my work, we work with the subconscious a lot, nonstop, and there's always more. So welcome. Welcome to this process of really meeting yourself. There's a beautiful image I want to share with you all of the self-rebirth process. So at multiple phases of our awakening and our ascension process, we are made anew, whether it's the crystalline Christed aspect coming through or the beautiful star seed that is birthed now coming into maturation as a star being. There are multiple phases of unfolding and self-rebirthing where you want to really look at, oh my gosh, yes, I am an infant in this stage. I am new unto this world from this level of awareness. And when we talk about new earth and all things being new again, there's a great deal of deprogramming with this. And so we're constantly awakening and remembering dormant aspects, and we are rebirthing. And all of this has to do with the integration and the totality of our being and how beautiful and multifaceted our souls are, all of these different aspects of ourselves. So you want to be aware with all of this process that there are going to be aspects of yourself that are newborn and can feel vulnerable or raw. And then there are aspects of yourself that are full on ancient wizard. And so you want to just be aware that there are aspects of ourselves that are brand new, they're fresh, they require a lot of TLC, a lot of presence. And we want to make sure that we're not just bypassing into what's easier or what's more familiar territory. Right? So that being said, let's dive into the specifics of this week in conjunction with everything from last week, because essentially we're taking our mastery tools even more deeply into applying. And of course, every week there's more layers that are put upon us to continue to master, right? So this is an ever unfolding journey. That's why sometimes you'll hear me in my work refer to us and our souls and our awakening, our ascension process, our consistent up-leveling, that we are lotus, onion, artichokes. Like there's just peeling back layer after layer after layer. Infinite bloom. Soul's journey is a soul bloom, the bloomification. So we're going to get into a little bit of star talk here. Venus has officially entered her shadow period on January 28th. And what that means is she is preparing to go retrograde. She's preparing to change directions in the sky. She's officially going retrograde March 1st. She's going to be retrograde March 1st through April 12th. And we're in the shadow period right now, which means that all of the keynote or key code essences of the Venusian energetics, which means our values, our wealth, the harmonic of beauty, whether that's in the physical beauty, feeling beautiful ourselves, also energetic, and also in our reality, bringing forth that harmonic, beautiful, meaning that it is a pure and pristine touch, a crystalline purity that we are bringing all the pieces of our being and our reality up into, right? So this beauty goes beyond the physical. It includes the physical and our physical body and feeling good about ourselves, absolutely, but also energetic and emotionally feeling beautiful and allowing our entire reality, everything that we are engaging with, and how we are bringing our energy forth with others. That is the beauty way, right? All of the natives talk about the beauty way, which is living in a divine state of reverence and a harmonic that we are bringing to everyone. We are bringing it to ourselves. So it's living in this frequency of divine love and divine beauty, also creativity and our values. So our self value, our self-worth. This ties in themes of also self-discipline and self-love and committing to be our best, to bring our best forth, to love ourselves so deeply. So the new self-discipline, as I have been learning myself, applying this even more deeply myself, and this is reversing trauma programming and old patterns, is self-love, which is also self-care. So our self-value, the more that we cultivate the value, the preciousness of our energy, of our soul, of our consciousness, and who we are and what we bring to the table. So we're starting with the etheric realms of self-concept here, right? And really expanding that. Then we're branching that out now into relationships. And it can be human level relationships, meaning any partnerships, romantic, platonic, your family, your human family, your soul family, and also on a really macroscopic or a holographic scale, your relationship to your reality, which is a reflection of your relationship to yourself. So it gets really vast when we dive into these concepts. So these are massive rewrites that are happening. These are Venus upgrades. These are rewrites of our sacred feminine aspects as well. The art of receiving. And so you may be observing, oh my gosh, look at, I've got a whole new awareness of even more layers of resistance now. So we're going into deeper layers of the subconscious, of our trauma, of our root chakra, to expand and upgrade even deeper pieces of our self-concept. And when Venus is making moves like this, you're going to experience this with your relationships, with needing a reassessment of your values, of feeling beautiful, of embracing and allowing and becoming more receptive. So this brings in trust. So you see how every single piece of this starts to get really intricate, immediately connected and intricately woven into all of these components of our waking reality. Big themes with Venus. She is also moved into the sign of Aries. So this is where my Venus is. So imagine Venus going into the warrior energy. So now we're assessing again, we're returning again to those themes of balancing out the feminine aspects and the masculine aspects and purifying all of them, bringing them all into a higher awareness, a higher consciousness and self-concept, and also our behaviors. So some of the big pieces are, where do we feel defensive? Can we open up and realize there is nothing to defend when we are at peace? That would be the ego that would be taking over when we feel defensive. So big pieces of emotional themes and balancing and restoring ourselves to a unified state through the healthy expression of our feminine and masculine aspects of ourselves. So huge themes now beginning through mid-April when we get into eclipse season. Today, February 4th, Jupiter has gone direct, which is wonderful. Jupiter is the planet of blessings, higher knowledge, expansion, gifts. It's like the Santa Claus energy. And you've got to really pay attention and be present to be open to receiving and to be aware of the opportunities that could come knocking. So you want to open yourself up and ask for the highest aligned, soul aligned opportunities for wherever you are focusing on in your life, and be open to new opportunities that you had never even thought of. So there's a great deal of being open, being detached as well, all at the same time. So such amazing opportunities for mastery and for positive expansion, and also a rewrite of our beliefs. So we've been working through a lot of layers of belief and welcoming in higher knowledge, more of the metaphysical awareness, more of the quantum consciousness awareness, different tools. So we've been doing a lot of learning of new tools to use, or perhaps new levels of commitment that are required in order for us to hold our higher understanding from the inside out. So these are amazing times to invite the blessings into your life and to also consider and bring your awareness to all the blessings that are currently in your life and that you have received, and be open to more and to new. Now I'm going to share a really funny message, which is very powerful. So I personally am working through another layer of de-armoring my heart and integrating higher, more pure essences of my own masculine aspects of being. And so I'm working through resistance also, new layers of resistance, or, where do I not trust, or where perhaps am I negative or not allowing myself to see more. And so I did a walk and talk with myself the other day to go really deeply. And the hilarious phrase that I received from my universe is, don't cock block your universe. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. And I really appreciate how funny my universe is. I'm sure yours is too. Like, thank God for the sense of humor, right? Because some of these are very intense moments that we're having. And basically what this was about is that my more unconscious masculine ego aspect has this know-it-all component, right? Where there's this knee-jerk reaction, and it's a trauma response. I'm calling it a trauma deflection. This is what's coming up to be resolved and cleared by balancing out my feminine receptivity, right? Because we're all more comfortable in our masculine energy at first, and then we develop deeper and deeper relationships with our feminine aspects of receptivity, and then we're balancing those within us, right? And so this is coming up to be resolved and cleared. And instead of shielding, read the energy. So universe says, stop cock blocking your universe. You keep asking for feedback and wisdom and opportunities. Make sure that whenever anything enters your reality, whether it's through another person, whatever, rather than just immediately saying no to it or not trusting, pause and just read the energy. So this is a deeper level now, because we're learning that we are trusting ourselves and our universe and our ability to have these open dialogues with the universe at an even deeper level, which we're in completely new territory. So it does require a lot of faith and trust. And so universe is saying, don't cock block yourself from yourself. Read the energy of what is coming into your moment. And whether it's feedback or a suggestion or an opportunity, feel into it and then make a decision. So that way you're not just constantly saying no, 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 right? And perhaps shielding. And this is all unconscious. This is all a trauma response of trying to protect ourselves. But there's nothing to protect ourselves from. We are the only limit inside. So watch your defense mechanisms. Keep de-armoring your deeper heart layers. Remember, there is nothing to defend. When we're getting into that energetic, that is the drama of the ego or the woundedness or the ego speaking. And it is not our highest level of awareness. So take it into account and continue to open up and expand. You're going to also observe this week, perhaps becoming more aware of hidden motives, whether that's in yourself or others. And again, there's no judgment with any of this. We're just becoming aware of old behaviors and old ways that we felt we had to live by in order to survive. So this is all part of more layers of exiting the matrix and surrendering these from our bodies. Lots of letting go. Lots of letting go again. You may experience shifts in social circles or communities. I also want to share this image, this wisdom teaching that we've been given over the years, and this cycles in periodically through every year. I call it the slingshot, where what's happening energetically is we're actually getting ready to quantum jump. And so there's I've been talking about this dynamic tension that's been occurring. And what's happening at a quantum level is that we are basically, when you imagine the slingshot, you have to pull the object and the rubber or whatever is the material. You have to pull it backwards to build the energy and the momentum in order for us to fly forward, to rocket forward in the quantum jump. And this can be confusing because since all of this is new for us, we often unconsciously default to the old ways of perceiving, right? And then we think, oh my God, I'm going backwards. I'm totally fucking up everything. Everything's going backwards. So perhaps the way everything looks to you on the surface level, all of your goals, nothing's happening, nothing's shifting in my bank account. Like, what is going on? And yet you've been doing the work, you've been listening, you've been following your guidance. Even if it's the craziest stuff you've ever been told to do, you're being very faithful to your higher self guiding you through. And you're still not seeing results, so to say. And you feel so much tension and pressure and eagerness to just zoom forward into the future, into the new timeline. So this is what we call the slingshot. Over a period of weeks now, you may have felt this tension and it feels like you're going backwards, but at a deeper level, you're like, no, it might look like it, but things are shifting inside of me. I can feel it. And it's just a matter of time. And I'm going to keep holding my focus and I'm going to keep doing the work. It's just a matter of time before I rocket forward into what I've been working on creating from the inside out. It's just a matter of time before my physical world matches all that I have been working through within me, from within to the outward, as within, so without. So we're getting ready now. We're getting ready to shoot forward, and you may feel this in a multitude of ways, and part of this also is the Jupiter going forward. Another really big theme that's been coming up now that I feel is important for the entire year for us to work with on a daily basis is nervous system regulation and the physical self-care, the physical embodiment practices. We've got the Lightbody Prana Yoga series here, but somatic release practices are vital to align our nervous system every day and often several times a day with the new earth energy frequencies in order to hold the energy, because we were unconscious for the majority of our lives. The nervous system is still processing and the physical body is catching up while all these new frequencies are radiating through us and kicking up even more. So it's a lot right now. It is so much at an energetic level to function. And so you want to really honor that. And this is part of also the slow living that we have suggested, and what the yin wood snake energy is asking of us is to slow down, and that we will still be more productive than ever before, but it's going to be different. And that we're really slowing down in a physical way, really making sure that we are creating this new baseline to support ourselves through our energy, through our nervous system. So I'm going to put some more content out. We're going to do some somatic release work together. But just to share one that you could do right now is to just gently tug on your earlobe. Just gently, very gently pull and kind of massage your earlobe and massage your entire ear. And you could do it with one ear at a time and then both ears, just gently massaging your earlobes and then the entire ear, gently pulling. And then another one that I love, is massaging your own scalp and like pressing in gently at your temples, at your forehead, but just gentle pressure on your entire skull and massaging your scalp. And then taking your hands and pressing quite strongly onto your chest, onto your sternum. And just pressing. And sometimes I like to press almost as if, almost like I'm giving myself CPR. I have one hand on top of the other hand and I'm just pressing gently in a rhythm onto my sternum, and then just pressing and just holding it there and breathing. And this can really support you to feel like, okay, yes, I'm in my body, I'm calm, all is well, I'm feeling good. We really need to be aware that we're taking care of the kind of primal mammal aspect of the physical body. That animal aspect of our physical body vehicle has to feel safe and comfortable. And there's a lot happening to make it feel nervous, right? Or to kick us on unconsciously into a fight or flight response. So we have to be the ones, because this is our vehicle, right? We need to do the maintenance on the vehicle, on the temple, in order to have regulation. And you're going to start to become acutely aware of how much around you is dysregulating, or just the people in general around you and out and about. How many people's nervous systems are dysregulated? That would be everybody. That's the whole point of everyone being traumatized and in a stress response and in a survival mode. So this is beautiful collective work that we can offer to everyone. And so you really want to take this to another level of valuing your energy and investing it with discernment. Another really interesting thing is I realized last week I was having coffee in the morning and I'm looking around in the living room and I'm like, well, I'm in the same living room, I'm looking at the same art on the walls. I'm looking out the same window at the sky, but nothing's the same. And that can be very deceptive for us because we're in an entirely new dimension, an entirely new frequency, and often shifting between them. And it's a subtle thing. So, it may look like you're in the same life and you're not. We're going to go really deep into this together with Annette on Ascension in the Raw live here on YouTube, Wednesday, 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be talking deeply about working with this phenomenon and about holograms and how to tell where we are, dimensional shifts, how subtle it can be, and how to navigate that. But essentially it's through your emotions and through the body's energy and the nervous system. So we're in a new reality. We are quantum jumping. It may look the same, but it's not the same dimension. And you want to be sure to align and this is also bringing in the somatic therapies, align with your highest possible self first thing in the morning every day. You've got to do this like your life depends on it. So you got to really take it serious. SIRIUS as a master here each day. The words were yesterday when I was writing this, putting this together for you all. Training day is over. We are officially in position. And this is a lot of responsibility with all of this new potential. And there's so much energy and wisdom to apply. So we have to really hold ourselves in a high regard, set the bar really high, own that we are a master here. There are pieces of us that we are still bringing up, of course, and raising within ourselves. Like I shared this visual of the infant, to the child, to the teenager, to the young adult, to the mature adult, and to the elder, the ancient one. So you want to love and cultivate these pieces yourself. This, along with the nervous system regulation, will assist with your emotional regulation so that if you are triggered, you will be very capable to handle yourself and to invite in grace, to automatically be aligned in a state of grace. So this will assist you so you don't blow up or have an inappropriate reaction. None of that anymore. Then you don't have to worry about that. You can trust yourself, right? So for those of us that have more emotional work to do, this is wonderful support for you. This is also touching on changing our behavior with our mastery. And from personal experience, things will be removed if you make them more important than you. At this point, if you make anything more important than you, even if you really care and you're really trying hard, and you're coming from a good place, if you make anything outside of you more important than you and your soul, it will be removed because you're not able to give it your all if you're not giving yourself your all. And these can be really harsh and also the most full of love and empowerment that you've ever experienced. And so just to assist you with seeing why do things happen, it looks one way and it's really something else. Challenge yourself to keep asking who, what, where, when, and why within yourself with everything. Keep going. Just keep going. On Sunday, to go even deeper with all of this amazing energy, we're going to have a gift of even deeper clarity. Another layer of the opportunity to unite our minds with our hearts and bringing that all, of course, from the divine level of awareness. So inviting in on Sunday with this beautiful Mercury Cazimi. I've got several broadcasts here about what a Mercury Cazimi is and how amazing, but it's essentially a powerful opportunity for you to even more easily access the wisdom of your heart and your soul and merge them, connect with them unified inside of yourself. So you could visualize and call in on Sunday when you go out, maybe go out in nature and go for a walk or find some quiet moments for contemplation and open up, come into your heart and imagine your heart and your crown chakra merging and merging with your universe and ask for more wisdom and understanding and guidance. Amazing opportunities for deeper clarity and integration permanently, right? Welcoming in the permanent link of the higher mind and the higher heart. And now to wrap it up, we have a couple of announcements. Going more deeply into quantum consciousness processes is Ascension in the Raw. The episode this Wednesday at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. Annette and I are going to go really deeply into holograms and the deprogramming process. We also have Mystery School Thursdays. This is also live on YouTube. This is going to be Thursday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. We're going to actually do some somatic release practices together to support you. We're going to be talking about emotional and nervous system regulation and also some wonderful breath practices. So I love to give you experiences, right? So we're going to actually make this more of an experiential class. So we're going to be learning and experimenting and playing and perceiving our energy shifts and how amazing, truly amazing our bodies are that we can consciously shift our energy with very simple practices. And so all it requires is the discipline, right? We have to remember and honor and have the discipline. We're going to be doing these embodiment practices on Thursday to harmonize your energy, showing you how easy it is to grid yourself, to align yourself and your energy fields, and to come from a unified place for success every day. And for us now, success means doing your best to maintain your alignment with your highest every day, in every moment, in every encounter. Coming up for the month of February 15th and 23rd, we're going to be having our live members portal workshops. These are 3 hours long live and interactive experiences. We are doing energetic alignment. We're working with the current energies and themes. There's a lot of beautiful group work, energy clearing, and then we have question and answers so that we can work together to apply these quantum systems to your process, to support you in accelerating where you are right now. This is all about embodying and remembering and learning how to hold the frequencies of New Earth. So I hope to see you at all these beautiful events. There's details for all of these in the description box below. And I thank you all so much for joining me, wishing you an incredible week, just welcoming you to the all new, to the deepest love and magic, and preparing ourselves now in the slingshot energy to rocket forward into the most beautiful and the next timelines, the new chapter